All right, welcome. Today we are diving into the really fascinating world of travel watches. Now, these are so much more than just gadgets for telling time, right? They're these elegant mechanical tools built for the way we live now, truly globalized lives. And honestly, in an age filled with screens and notifications, their appeal is stronger than ever. They offer this tangible, kind of analog connection to a world that's always in motion.
I mean, you know the feeling, right? Maybe you're on a call with a team over in Tokyo, but your family is just starting their day back in London. For so many of us, that constant mental math of, wait, what time is it over there? Well, it's just part of the daily grind. But for what you might call the seasoned traveler, it's way more than just a quick calculation. It is their reality. As one industry expert put it, living a global life is all about accumulating experiences from different cultures. And a huge piece of that puzzle is just staying connected across the map and, keeping track of it all. So, how do you solve this problem elegantly without, whipping out your phone every 5 minutes? Well, let's take a look at the classic mechanical solution, the GMT watch. Think of it as a true mechanical compass for the modern globetrotter. Okay, so at its core, a GMT watch is a timepiece with what's called a complication, which is really just a fancy word for any extra function. In this case, that function is displaying a second time zone. It usually does this with an extra 24-hour hand and a rotating bezel that's marked with, you guessed it, 24 hours. It's a simple, brilliant system that lets you track your home time and your local time all at the same time with just a quick glance. And look, you just can't talk about GMTs without mentioning the icon, the one that started it all, the Rolex GMT Master. It was first designed for Pan Am pilots back in the 1950s so they could track multiple time zones on long-haul flights, and it basically wrote the playbook for every travel watch that came after. That two-toned Pepsi bezel is absolutely legendary, and all the recent buzz about it maybe being discontinued just goes to show you what a cultural icon it still is. Okay, let's dive into the details here because, and this is important, not all GMT watches work the same way. Knowing the difference between the two main types is absolutely crucial for picking the right one for you. This is a real insider detail that makes a huge difference. So, as one source puts it so well, the key question you have to ask yourself is this: what's the difference between a caller and a traveler's GMT? The answer to that question is going to determine exactly how you use the watch and which type is actually built for your specific lifestyle. Now, this slide breaks it down perfectly. So on the left, you've got the caller GMT, sometimes called an office GMT. With this one, you set that extra 24-hour GMT hand all by itself. So you might set it to your company's headquarters in another country and just leave it. It's perfect if you're working from one spot. But now, look at the right side, the traveler or true GMT. This is different. Here, the main 12-hour hand moves independently, jumping in 1-hour clicks. This is for the frequent flyers. You land, you just jump the hour hand to your new local time, and that 24-hour hand just keeps on tracking your time back home. See the difference? So the crucial thing here is to match the watch's function to your life. Are you mostly tracking a foreign office or coordinating with a remote team from your desk? The caller GMT is probably your best bet. But are you the one constantly hopping on planes and crossing time zones yourself? Then yeah, the Traveler GMT is the ultimate tool for that job. It all comes down to what that second time zone really means to you. Now, while the Rolex GMT Master might be the most famous one out there, the world of travel watches is incredibly diverse. I mean, today there are amazing options for every style, every taste, and every budget, from the big luxury houses to some really passionate independent brands. The GMT function has really become a staple, especially in these robust sports watches that are designed for adventure. It's just a super practical feature that proves its worth out in the real world, whether you're exploring a new city or just trying to navigate a global workday. And this slide just illustrates the range out there perfectly. You've got the Grand Seiko GMT, a masterpiece of Japanese precision, known for its insane accuracy and that beautiful twilight blue dial. Then you have something completely different, like the Surica 8315-2. It's a vintage-inspired tool watch from a cool French microbrand that calls itself a travel chronometer. And for a totally different vibe, the Mito Ocean Star GMT combines the ruggedness of a dive watch with the usefulness of tracking a second time zone. 3 watches, 1 function, but completely different personalities. I love this quote because it just nails the spirit behind so many of these watches. Making robust and reliable watches seems to be an invitation from the brands to us to embark on adventures and explore paths of our own. It's so true.
They're not just timekeepers, they're designed to be your companion for whatever journey you happen to be on.
So, we've seen what a GMT is, we've broken down how the whole caller versus traveler thing works, and we've gotten a little peek at the incredible variety that's out there. Which, of course, brings us to the final question.
Because really, a travel watch is more than just a tool. It's a personal thing that marks your journey. It's this tangible link back to home when you're far away. And it's a constant reminder of the connections we have that span the entire globe. It's really about finding the right piece of gear to manage your own unique, interconnected life.
And so ultimately, the GMT watch poses a question that goes way beyond just telling time. It kind of asks you to think about your own journey, your own connections, your own adventures, whether those are across oceans or just across a series of conference calls. Your journey is unique. So the real question is, how will you mark its time?